Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel on YouTube, Spirit Teaching the Going Within Self, on TikTok, 1971 Night Soul, and I'm also live on my Facebook. If you're new to my channel, I always recommend, suggest, and I really encourage people to read the description of my YouTube channel, Spirit Teaching the Going Within Self, to get a better understanding of what it is that I'm doing. Some of you, most of you, if you're not new to my channel, you're aware that anything and everything. Okay? And a lot of times life experiences, and my ex-husband will say, you start a fight with me just people on your channel. Now, before this happened, I was actually planning to go on and talk about setting boundaries. You've seen my other video prior to that. Now, I know how to set boundaries, okay? And I listen to all these other people about how, oh, these people, like, I'm getting sick and tired of doing this for people, and, like, they're acquaintances, and the only person they want something. I'm going to be honest, you're the one that's talking to me. Okay? Seriously. My ex-husband, and yes, I do say about my ex-husband because I live downstairs, he lives upstairs. So we cross paths. I swear, it's like we're fucking siblings, or it's mother and son. Okay? Because it's like, shit, man. You're always telling me you have to play. You're always saying, I got no money, I got no money. You're always like, oh, I got no money to do this. But you always seem to have it. Whenever you need it, you always seem to have it. You're always bitching and complaining because you're saying that I'm getting forward to other people. Well, that's your problem. You're not fucking set down. We rode today. And, I was up having a burger and I really felt rushed because he kept getting these steps. Sitting there and I wanted to stop and close him because it was something that he was doing that I wanted to see if they got ready for it. No, so when I told him tonight, after I found out that he could hold just so he could take some of these numbers because they were messaging him. First, he told me that he had to when I was talking to him on the phone to ask him where he went to. He told me that he had to take somebody for a part for the car. And then when he got home, I confronted him with it because he just got done saying before we even come home about driving people somewhere. He fucking hollered at me about when he was saying about driving people places, and I said, "Well, you don't drive me anywhere." He got right pissed off about it. And then he started saying, "No, you said I don't do anything for you." I didn't say anything that he didn't do anything. I said that he don't drive me places, and he don't. We take my car anywhere we go, and I fucking walk. So he started going on about how I pay to get your car fixed and everything like that. Okay, good. I pay for the insurance. But see, you get use out of my car. So it's that part, my channel's not for everybody. If you think, oh, you just rant and rave all the time. Good, at least I stand up for myself. You know, when I went up to him, like he had told me when I called that he took the person for a part for the car because the same person, their car broke down yesterday because my ex-husband took them to the garage to get them some gas, and then their car broke down. Filled up the tank, and then their car broke down. I don't begrudge people the help, but I see when people are using it. And then when I mentioned to him about it, his bathroom window was open, so people won't hurt us. I really don't give two fucking shits. feel like I'm back in the time of my sixth great granddaddy and my great grand, where my great granny kept telling him, people are using me. No, no, no. But yet he'd be bitching to my great granny because I channel this. It's like I'm reliving her life. Great granddaddy. Great Grammy should have took you and freaking clamped your head against the wall because he went. I don't care, Keith. He had a friend over there yesterday. He had a friend over there yesterday. You know, these are people that he could be asking. They say about you, you're disabled. You keep saying about how you're disabled and how you're unwell and everything like that. And you're fucking tired and your body hurts and everything. You're seeing this life. And then he told me that, oh, go ahead. When I told him he lied to me by mission, I didn't lie to you by mission, but me not telling him that I had sex with the guy back in 2016 that he was bringing, the young fella that he was bringing here. And he was the one that when I told him no, I didn't want to have sex anymore or do anything, he forced it on, forced stuff on. But yet my ex-husband would blame that on me and say, well, you lied to me by mission. No, I didn't lie to you. You know, how is it lying by mission no different than what you did to me? Except we ain't in a relationship. We've been divorced since 2012. Will I go back with him? Fuck no. I'd be damn well stupid to. You know, the people around here that wanted to put a rift between us, well, I guess you did a damn good fucking job, but you know what? You better beware because I'm fucking pissed of it. Because that man fucking saved my life when I was fucking burning and my hair was on fire. But he's not the same person since he got around two people. Go pound sand, Keith, like you tell everybody else. Yes, fucking rotate on it for a while. This happens no matter where we go. Like, he'll literally holler at a car window so people can hear. He will literally, today, we went to the mall, and I told him I ain't going in. Nobody can meet me and I ain't going in. Because I ain't going to be standing around and listening to you fucking belittle me. Because then he tried to make it like I started. When right now I have so much rage that, you know, I really feel like taking him and throwing him around like a fucking rag doll. But you know what? I know that's a part of my masculine, and my masculine, you, if you want to fucking do that, you better get your ass here and do it yourself and stop trying to use my body to do it. Because that makes you just as much of a fucking coward as him. You guys gotta beef with each other, fucking keep me the hell out of it. I swear it's a father and a son. Only the father doesn't know that it's his son. This is a part of setting boundaries. I have boundaries. And people don't like that I have boundaries. You know, there's one that comes over and no word of a lie. And no, I ain't backing down from people staring through like this. It's like, dude, seriously? You know, that's the problem with the world. People don't fucking stand up for themselves. They actually, I want people, other people, to stand up for them. And then when they do stand up for them, well, you know, you go online and you say, well, I didn't get to be. You know, if people think that I'm cold, good, I have damn good fucking reason to be cold. I really have damn good reason. But I'm not cool to everybody. I'm just cool to that part of people want to you want to say things when those people aren't around. Like when you want to say that you're tired of driving people places and stuff like that, but yet you'll hop right back in your fucking truck and you'll even lie to the person that you say you love. You don't love, and you say that I gaslight you. No, I don't gaslight you. You gaslight yourself because you just don't like the fact that I fucking stand up to you. That I tell you things that you just don't want to fucking hear because you this is a spirit to spirit tune. And I'm talking to every version of my ex-husband. I'm talking to every version of his spirit because it goes right down the ancestral line. So my message to my sixth grade granddaddy, fucking grow up. Fucking listen to your wife for once. She's trying to save you from yourself. People say, "Oh, well, you're just delulu, you're crazy." Go fuck yourself. I'm no more crazier than you're in fucking denial. So if you're not in denial, then I guess I ain't crazy. My heart hurts so much, and it's like, well, my dad says, just stay downstairs. It's not that easy to stay away from it. I did research. I was asking about Father Time. Any of you know that Father Time was put in prison in 2030, and then Gaia was put in prison in 4,445 or something like that, and they were put in the same cell next to each other because Father was dying. And it's that part. I think Gaia really feels like I should have left Father Time. Why the fuck should I have Father Time? Father Time is so fucking nice. Father Time had a love. Everybody says that God works in numbers. I don't think that God works in numbers because the true God with what you see outside, not in this fucking matrix bullshit numbers. The only reason why that God works in numbers is so that it can be manipulated. It's like Zeus fucking broke. Because if you think that I don't know that you fucking tamper with electronics, you like playing with lightning. You can try to control that to keep the night super 20. After doing, like, people say, "Oh, well, I guess you people don't understand. You actually don't understand that what you're in is a fucking galactic war. It's a war of the gods. And some of the gods are here trying to protect the humans." Better go back and watch your politics because, oh, that's the matrix. You don't want to hear the fucking real life. rather hear about fucking political stuff like why not you want your stuff instead of understanding that you're really it's a spiritual war. You know, if people don't like you, that's fine. But it's only because you don't like the fact that I speak up. And I encourage more and more people to speak up. See, the reason why I'm cold is because I was left for dead. Left for dead from the people who said that they were ignored. Not just by the people that said they love me, but by the medical system. You know, here's some people my ex-husband said if you had the red button, you'd press it. That makes you a fucking dangerous man. I wouldn't press the button. We'll shake things up. Some people don't know how to love people say because they don't have a soul. No, it's because they've been here so goddamn fucking long. Since time began, that all they know is fucking hate the world. They don't know how to set boundaries because they're too busy trying to be new. They're too busy trying to be glorified. That's that part people have no idea when it says, but wait, he has no idea what you say to his husband. The young fella that used to come here, the one that I told him about, the ex-husband would leave. He even caught him in his room. So if my ex-husband doesn't realize that he was rooting through his personal documents, bank statements, credit card statements, loan statements, because the only ones that would come around here were the ones that this young fellow would go to. And this young fella, his mother used to let him steal from the dollar store when she worked there because he told me, and I watched him do it. I do not trust him. 2 years ago, he made an agreement with the same guy that he took today. That if the guy cut down the down trees and everything like that, cut out my hand, he could have so much food. But the guy took his so much wood and the wood that he needed, that's all he took. And then the rest of the trees and stuff. So today, my ex-husband, he gets eggs from them for free because my ex-husband gave him shit like a lot of money. And I took the eggs back up to my ex-husband and I said, here, I said, they need the money probably to sell their eggs. I like eggs, but you know, I'm setting my boundaries. I'd rather you take your eggs and sell them than fucking come after my ex-husband for his money. and my cold, no, and my nasty, no, I'm fed up. No matter how many times I tell my ex-husband I don't want to hear about your fucking divorce, he keeps telling me. And then he says today, I want you to my life. I was going to fucking like jackass. You were the one that kept fucking coming around. You fucking but what, like I said, I believe he's the older version of me. So I'm working on me being able to communicate. And you know why he's pissed off at me, my ex-husband? Because back 25 years ago when we first started going together, I said that I was checking to see, I wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to hurt me like the rest of them did, and he hurt me the worst. But he said that's the reason why he's pissed off. 25 fucking years ago, and he tells everybody to let go. You can tell he's a fucking cancer. He's a Cornea sinus cancer. No such thing as coincidence, just synchronicities. We share a birthday with Nikola Tesla, both of us. One on each separate calendar. This electric, you know, it's like he's trying to provoke me to hit him because he really believes that he deserves a good punch in the face. You know, the way he's been with me, he said that, certain people, like certain people, go out and take one person, bunch of them get together and beat the shit out of that person. And I said, well, then I guess maybe a bunch of guys should go out, take you out in the woods, beat the shit out of you for the way you treat me. People who lose their own, all they talk about is hurting people's houses, hurting other people, throwing them the ground. And I don't care if these people think it's myself. My ex-husband told me this, and I witnessed it. Of them saying whether they're going to do it or not. It's not a matter of whether you're going to do it or not. It's the thought that's in your mind. Because my ex-husband says that he has to set and he's got to learn to set boundaries, but he doesn't keep his boundaries set. He likes the attention. He's not trying to work on himself. Not in that way. People think that I need the only reason why I need a therapist is because I'm and I'm trying to understand you, trying to comprehend what you are the way you are. Because you are the ones that need help, not me. The only help I need is to be able to get the fuck away from you that damn fucking you. And then what happens to my ex-husband? I guess that's on him because it's his own stupidity. Do you know why I believe that, rumors have been going around here that my ex-husband has a lot of money? It's because last year I contacted a construction people, like renovating, someone from around here, and they come in my place, and they made a comment. Well, I was the one that painted this downstairs. I'm the one that put all the effort. So I told my ex-husband, hey, when I leave, maybe I'm just going to fucking destroy the walls that I painted, and you can fucking do it because you say I don't do anything for you. I'm the one that fucking brought the property value up in the place. You fucking screwed. My heart right now, as days go by, it gets more and more cold. The part of I love him, but if he doesn't want to do the inner work, why should I waste any more of my energy, my strength, my gifts if you don't want to take the time from his except for the music you need to wake up Zeus was the grandson of God. You know, if someone is terrible to people, I will not protect you from the consequences. If someone is hurting you, I will protect you. But if you are the one hurting others, then that's your consequences. See, people say about leaving. Do you know that in order for me to, at one bedroom apartment, it's more than $1,300, and that's all I get a month. People say manifest. I'm working on things, but I know that something always tries to step in the way. And then when I get assertive, I'm made to be like I'm the best. I know I have strength. A lot of strength. My ancestors, my angels, and my guides, and my smart, and have sit down, just gotta calm down. It's like I know he's trying to provoke me so that he can play victim. But everybody will say there's two sides to every story. Yes, and I'm giving you both. You know, when I divorced him, I took nothing from him when I could have took actually half of it because I went through mental abuse with him and I still go through it. And I'm not even in a relationship with him. It wouldn't matter where I went. He would still because he told me that if I ever left him, he was going to make my life a living hell. I feel sorry for his first because he put all the blame on her. But I know different. And you know what? See, he tells people, he told me that he tells people that I'm an angel. Do you really? Or do you just say that you do because you love them? You did say that it was the worst thing. And it was the worst of it. It scared me truly to pieces. If you think I didn't see you in my visions and dreams, you're sadly mistaken. You try to isolate me. You try to turn me on my own family because I have a history of pain. So you try to use that to your advantage. See, the difference is no matter what pain my family put me through, I might be angry, but I still know what love is. When people set boundaries, because I don't think he's trying to set boundaries. I think he just wants to look good for people. But all he looks like is a sucker. And people know that he has a good heart. But he's pretty fucking bitter. And I know you probably heard us hollering in here. And the chicken starved, but he didn't mind leaving me for dead. But the thing is, I can't die. Trying to kill wanted me to die because he knew that I had a fucking will, and anything that was given to me or any inheritance I would have, you figured you would be standing back your hard and you know how many things that is more constructive, is more truthful, truck cost me thousands of dollars from company and I wear it. Not my dude, you made you bet when you were fucking you hold a grudge on me because I said that I was going to make sure that you were going to be like every other man that you did. And then you get pissed off at me because I said you left me downstairs in a fucking dark room, down in the basement, dark room, on a fucking mattress on the floor with no sheets, and the light at the top of the steps. And I was in that up at that place for medical reasons, and you were upstairs sitting in the garage smoking dope, drinking and buying shit when you wouldn't pay for our house. And you want me to fucking like you? Fuck you, you're a fucking horrible person. people's sake. Like, I can talk awfully nasty about people. Do I? Do I really, or do I just state a truth? And you guys have no fucking idea. And people hate to get somebody. Did any of you know what Mary Magdalene's father was like? Did any of you know that Mary Magdalene's father and her brothers and so-called or whoever was so-called boyfriend took her out in the fucking ocean and tried thought that they were going to drown the fucking demons out of her? She wasn't possessed. She was connected to God. She was connected to spirit. And they could put it yesterday, man. People don't believe that and stuff like that because the Bible says differently, right? But ask yourself, what was actually on the 7 pages of Mary Magdalene's that went missing? What did they keep you from knowing? You won't get that, will you? But you preach the Bible to other people. You tell people they're sinners. You tell people to find God. You condemn people who set boundaries. You say, well, you're not very helpful. You're not a good person. You're not a good person. Not the one that's setting boundaries. I guess that's what you're saying. The only people that aren't my friends are the ones that, I stopped catering to them. These same people I gave crystals to them because they were unwell. I went out and I bought crystals to help them. And then they just sat in a garage while my ex-husband fucking called me a whore. Maybe that's why your children leave. Maybe it's not because they don't get what they need. Maybe they're acting out for a reason. And you just don't know that. The spirit shows me. Even people say that they believe that they know spirit stuff. Yeah, you need the dark side, right? But wait a minute. So I see both sides. I see through the veil. I see through the masks. And I experience your fucking energy. maybe my ex-husband should go in isolation for a while like I did. That's the truth for himself. But anyway, he said that when I left him in 2011, he got bitter about that. Well, I guess you should have treated me a little better and you should have stopped telling me to do it by telling my son that you were going to because you forget those names too. And I would always shoot my children. The reason why I get so mad at my ex-husband is because he's so blinded by his own feelings. You know, back when the first time I said we would get married, he said one day we'd have a wedding night. It was the first time we got married. The wedding cost $1,500. He had a brand new tuxedo because we went to a place and bought it. And my wedding dress, I bought it at a Halloween section at Value Village for $46. And I had to stay there. So would I marry him? No, not again. Because I will not be in a relationship with somebody who does not love himself and who caters to other people and then bitches and complains about it. I want somebody who is able to have boundaries, to be human, someone who is capable of healing themselves, not expecting somebody else to do the fucking work for them, not wanting someone to feel sorry for them because of their past. From, hey, you're fucking 65 now, so you fucking work through it. I'm extremely loving person. I care about people to my own detriment. Will I let go of my humanity? Will I put these people first? Because I'm not going to let my heart go. But I will walk away because I'm getting everything else that or you can get your fucking because either way, I have a lot of potential and I will no longer be held back because other people are incapable of growing. See, family doesn't always have to be blood, but I'll tell you, I slowly Say that to her. I know what a good person is. I know what a good person looks like. I know what a good person feels because my body will tell me. I accept apologies because every apology comes with I will accept an apology that is true, genuine, and your actions speak louder than the words because I will speak both. No, I don't think I'm better than everyone else. I know that I'm better than others because I'm not comparing myself to you. People that say if you look at yourself, you- you're not dead inside. I just have no tolerance for ignorance. When I see these protests in the United States and things like that, all over the world, and Canada, and I see people coming together, so many differences aside, and letting go of believing in ignorance and division and separation. That's what I like to see. I'm my ex-husband's community, and I could be yours too. So if I'm in your feed or I come in your life, I'm your feed because spirit. You know, my ex-husband was out there mowing 4 acre lawn with the self-propelled push mower. But he did have a tractor lawnmower. I don't know how many times he had to go get it fixed because the young fellow that he used to bring here, he always let him go out and say, "Oh, I gotta look." He would tell, "I gotta work on your tractor," when there was nothing fucking wrong with it. But after he got a hold of it, there always was. So then, well, my ex-husband's been out a tractor lawnmower. Others said that they were going to fix it and never fixed it. But for some reason, it was working all the time when we were using it. And when we come back to him, all of a sudden it broke again. Sometimes I do wonder with my ex-husband, what did you do? But this time it was that first it was that the fuse fell off. One of his four-wheelers that he got from my brother-in-law. He just let this young fellow drive it. And me and another guy, we were driving on the other four-wheeler, and we were watching this young fellow drive it. He's on it like this, like that. while he was driving. And fucked up the front end, and he said he didn't do it. Even though we told him that he did. He said he didn't, so we believed the young fellow instead of the other guy. And then we were going somewhere to come back with the two four-wheelers, and we had to charge up one of the other four-wheelers. And the young fella blamed this other guy for hooking it up wrong and then fucking screwing screwing the four-wheeler. But it wasn't the other guy at all. It was the young fella. I tried to tell that to my ex-husband. He won't believe me because, this other guy. It was like we started liking each other. I wasn't in a relationship with my ex-husband. I'm still, but my ex-husband wouldn't believe him because, even like, he didn't say anything. He took the fall for it, but it wasn't him who did it. It was the young fella. But my ex-husband would always defend this guy who was destroying his stuff, even though he would see him doing it himself. So he's actually another version of this guy. See, the ones that you see in the world like that, that's the spirit of my ex-husband. Versions of him. But people look at me like you're really deluded. You got heads. If you understood spirit, you understood what magic is capable of doing. Do not understand that I am weak. It's that part, whatever you do to me, it's like hurt me, really hurt yourself. I don't tap in fully to my abilities right now. And why? Because I'm learning to control them so that they don't lose. I could just speak out of what I wanted to happen to people, but instead, I pray for them. I set boundaries. People don't like it, so then they go after him because then he'll come after me. Thank you. I really appreciate that because you're showing me your truth. I don't know how many times I told myself that I wouldn't feel safe because of the people that he was bringing me. I was even having dreams about them. So if I don't talk to you, it's not because I don't think I'm better than you. It's because I don't have any time for it. And it's not because I don't appreciate things, because I appreciate them just fine. But I'm not shallow, and I don't look for material things and money, because anyone I've ever been around with regards to money and material things, you've been greedy. It's not money that's evil, it's the people who idolize it because they can never get me. I just heard, what would you do with less money? That's my business. But I know I'd be using it for good. I look at your governmental systems, and I know where the money should be going. Doing fucking sending money for research on frivolous shit. Seriously? No wonder people are in poverty, homeless, sick. If you focus more on the well-being and health of people and what have you, you wouldn't have homeless. You wouldn't have poverty. People think, oh, well, you gotta have for the middle class and the rich. No, you don't. That's just something to control yourself because they want to hoard it all for themselves. Keep it for themselves. Leanne, you know, Yeshua was loved until he said that. And Jesus, he was just, you know, Yeshua was the lover and Jesus was the scrapper. And Mary Magdalene was both. But she didn't scrap with her fists. She used her voice. She spoke truth. And that's the hardest thing for people to hear. So that's why they wanted her dead. You can't expect your life to get better if you don't do something to change it. You can't expect your life to get better if you keep blaming other people for why it's not. I kept going, and I could never understand why I could never get anywhere. It wasn't because I wasn't trying. It was because there was always someone trying to get in my way. it's going, I'm a fucking million little, and I believe figuratively speaking. I won't get so much on the backs of others, but I will no longer allow you to block. See, when in 2005, when I got my job at the law firm, my ex-husband came into my work one day, and I know he was trying to get me fired, but he'll say he wasn't because he walked into the office and he knew that my boss's office was right there as you walked in. And what did he do? He walked in. She was in with a client. He walked in and bang, 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 bang on her wall. She told me she didn't want to come back to my work again. That's jealousy. That's control. And I will say, everyone that ever witnessed him talk down to me and treat me like a piece of shit doormat and didn't stand up for me, I took notice. Because, when somebody starts getting somewhere in life, you guys are always the first ones to be there and say, "Oh, this is so good for you. I know her. I know him." No, you have no right to even acknowledge you're that person afterwards because you were never a friend and you didn't know. You're just regretting because now there's somebody and you left you. Even all the stuff and I know other people that are like this, that all the stuff that people do to them, we still cater to them. Are you desperate for friends that much? Well, don't like to sit with yourself. Don't like what you see in the mirror. So I would say that you're just bitter. No, not bitter. Just fucking sick and tired. Not taking the shit. So if I look like an asshole or a bitch because I ain't taking the shit, good. It just means that you're staring clean right in the face. Nobody ever wants somebody else telling their story if they're involved in it, but they have no problem going watching somebody else's. So to my ex-husband, I will leave when I have a place to go. Until then, you fucking stuck with me. So you come at me, I will go at you even harder. You think you got anger? I got rage mixed with love and emotion. I will treat people how they treat me. You treat me kind, you will get treated kind. You treat me like a piece of shit, I will soon show you what a piece of shit feels. It's like people expect others to die in a cross for their sins. They're a mistake. In all honesty, no, they were trying to show you how to be your own fucking savior, but you took advantage of them. That's what the savior was about. Standing up to the ugliness within us all. Keeping on that, waiting for this person to come or that person to come, and really putting yourself back. Because my question is, why are you waiting? See those people now that are out to protest that are standing together. It's red rover, I call it family. They're standing united because they're finally standing up to the bully, and they're doing it together no matter the differences. Because they're realizing that we're all in it. One person can't do it. We all have to come together and do it together if we want change. But the change starts in you. The boundaries start with you. Are you going to allow the system to push you around and once I open up to it, you'll do the same thing, manipulate you, guilt you. My ex-husband, we'd come home from grocery shopping and he'd want to hide bringing the groceries in so that people didn't see how much groceries he was bringing into his home. And people think that's right. That tells me of how other people are talking in front of him to make him feel like he had to hide his own food because he felt guilty because others didn't have the ability to get stuff. Well, maybe it's asking yourself, where are you spending your money? Because I'll say it again and again, over and over. What do these people do? What did these people do before he come around? Or, if you're in a situation like that before you came around? It's not about just the gas money. Sometimes it gives you the ability to go for a drive or something like that. But ask yourself how many other people are coming to ask you after you saying that you were sick and tired of driving somebody else around, whether they gave you money or not. The other person's family. And I'm not saying they should be being driven for free or anything like that, because no, they should be picking up their own gas fund. You're nice enough to take them. I'd almost be saying, hey, find another way or walk to work. People would say, oh, well, you wouldn't do that, buddy, or anything like that. Are you sure? Because let me fill you in on a little something. Whenever my ex-husband was going with me somewhere, he started getting on my nerves, pissing me off. I'd fucking turn around and drive him back home because that's what you got to do to a spoiled adolescent brat, especially when they say they're a man, but really a boy child, because they don't act like a man, but they sure the fuck act like a child. These people that do this to my ex-husband, knowing and that he's like that he's disabled and he gets worn out, his back hurts and everything like that, but you don't respect him. You don't appreciate him. You just use him. Because if you weren't using him, you would have been fucking doing what you told him that you would do for him. But instead, you take what you can get and then you guilt him because he has a clean heart. You use your elements as a way to guilt him. You use your situation as a way to guilt him. And then you have the audacity to tell me that I'm a bitch or think that I'm a bitch. One of these people, I even said, like, when I got this going and stuff, I wanted to buy, like, put people in homes where they wanted to live. But, I'm debating on that now, whether I want to even want to remotely help these people live. Because you showed me who you truly are deep down within. I can look at pictures and I can feel people's energy. I can feel who they are. That's how tapped in I am. And it can be very uncomfortable too. Some days I sit and I wonder, why in the fuck would I sign and sign up for this? Why would I agree to something like this? Because I was the only one who could do it. Whether my husband loves me or likes me, I don't care. But I am going to handle what is and what family really is. Because family stands with each other. Families don't keep secrets. It keeps a feud going. And if you're keeping a secret, my question is why? If it has to do with people in the family and them just like getting it out in the open and being able to express why they feel that way or what happened so that they can resolve it, and you don't, you keep it hid, I would have to say that because anyone who wants to keep a family together, my question is, is it to anything? Because I see a lot of people on here that are saying like they're the black sheep. They don't fit in anymore. No, it's not that they're black. It's because you're an asshole. You like me, love me, hate me, loathe me. That's your feelings, but they're misguided. I'm not perfect, but I'm not in competition with others. So every time someone thinks that someone else believes in better than someone else, that's your consciousness. And my question is, why do you feel like you're less than them, or that that person thinks that they're better than you? I'm not answering it. I'm checking. So you know, if you're not getting ahead in life, it's asking yourself why. What are you allowing to stand in your way? Why are you not speaking up about the elephant in the room? Why are you not facing those shadows head on and saying, "Hey, motherfucker, I ain't scared of you." They just like Pastor, yeah, yeah, seriously. You know, people are like, you show on The Chosen of what Jesus would go to. He flips shit over. seriously, you know that I know that I'm connected to all the parts of these ancient spirits, and I get that, and I feel it, and I can feel them come in, and they just want to take everything and just fucking destroy it. See? It's like, you want to fight? Come on. To be honest, I really wouldn't want to fuck with myself. Especially my higher self. I don't fight, but holy fuck. This one, it's a scrapper. Gilata kresa resi ni mototarai. Yashala koritama. Dresito. It's like the war within. Yeah, somebody said I had unclean spirits. No, I'm fucking dealing with your unclean spirit. Good, I'm glad I look spastic, whoever the fuck said that. Like, holy shit. I buy this, it's hair oil, and every time I put my glasses on, the top of my head, it puts on my glasses today. I gotta go get a screen for my phone today. This is my garden. It was like somebody. It was almost like I was holding on my phone, and then it was almost like somebody put the phone out of my fucking hand, and it freaking crashed. And now it's a big old cracked screen. So it's like, yeah, really slow. Like, yeah, I'm grounded. It's not going in the air, but when that happens and you see something like that, it's not because I'm not grounded. It's because I'm dealing with some fucking spirits. Like you said, I don't know what is ridiculous. Let's try to humble me. Like, I'm already fucking humble. It's like two adolescent children fucking fighting with one another. It's like take your little temper tantrum because that's what they're doing. It's like, it's like shit. Man. I can't understand how now it's said to be 2000 years later, and you people still don't get it. And it's because you allow someone else to get in the way. It keeps you from setting boundaries because they tell you, oh, you can't get into heaven unless you're nice. Well, I guess maybe you can't get into heaven because you like to use people. I got the talk out of pharmacy. I have a blue too. Thank you. Yes, I do hear you guys. I don't have my glasses on, so I know that people aren't typing, and I know that like uh, whether there's a content agent on here or what, and my views on that. Things get comment section gets stopped. You know, like I said, I do for money or gifts or anything like that. So I wouldn't say that there's some fishy thing because I know that I would have to do the almost 3 years that I've been on here doing lives, between 2 and 3 years doing lives or thereabouts. I know I'd have more than $3.94.98. So it's like, if someone's taking it, then I guess they think they need it more than me. I went into an appointment last week where I struggle to ask for money from people when I said to them individually, and I talk to them like they're a person, not a client. I have a conversation with them so I can get a better understanding. I can help them it out because then I connect with them and I connect with all those versions of all of them so that I can help them feel like what it is that they're in search of. And I do energy clearance. I do movements, do language, and they're like, you really got to charge for this stuff. It's like, I don't fucking know how. And I said, because the majority of the people that need this, they can't afford it, and it's not covered under fucking health insurance or health, which it actually should be. You pay enough money into taxes and stuff like that. It's only free as long as you're connected in the system itself. But if you go outside the system, it doesn't cover it. But then they scream about mental health. But they don't give to private psychologists because they say go get insurance. You shouldn't have to get insurance. You pay enough for your health care. But wait a minute, they took that back in their pockets because they're all affiliated with the private hospitals, which a hospital should not be private. Because when you turn private, everybody in their right mind knows that it's profitable. So why would they want you why would they want you to have when I got divorced in 2012, I went just to get the like my lawyer, the lawyer, like my ex-husband was using the lawyer, but he was my lawyer for other things. And I went and my lawyer told me just like, go get the thing because we needed two lawyers. And this lawyer was trying to convince me to go for half of everything he had. That's where you get your conflict because it's profitable. The more they can keep something going, the more money they get. Max hasn't said he wouldn't go to a marriage counselor or anything like that because marriage counselors don't bring people together, they divide them. But a marriage counselor is not supposed to take over, so I think that's what he's saying. Maybe take one side, maybe take one side of the other. You're supposed to remain unbiased, but most of them don't. Say it's a broken system. You can't have something broken. It can't be broken if it never worked in the first place. You get something, it doesn't work. Why? Missing parts, right? So I said angry with Mary's husband because he said he was you don't follow through with it, and then he says that like they just every people just using it. And that's what he says, but he just keeps going. So I guess you're a sucker for punishment, right? Or do you just like the attention? It's to my ex-husband and my version of him because it's a spirit to spirit. And anyone like him is that version of him, whether you're male or female. Ahorita muito, muito. See, I like I like, but I've really stalled. Everything was fine until I seen the dad in the backyard take the wood and not finish. I lost total respect, but they won't care, and that's fine. It's not to shame you. It's just to say, hey, go face your shadows. You'll see your health improve. You'll see your abundance. It's like the song, I'm only human, don't put the blame on me. Saying you're only human is just an excuse because humans are extremely good. Humans can self heal, but they choose to be ignorant to it because they don't see what's to see. See, the thing is, they will put the blame on the many who try to drag them down. because no one gets no one has to try and bring somebody else down to where you are because the work that they did to get to where they are. You got there in the backs of others or had an inheritance and then abused it. People that use people are the same people that will walk all over someone else, lie about somebody else to get to the top. So it's that part you still haven't succeeded because you cheated to get to where you are. You know, you want to pray to God and say, God, do this for me, or I need this, or I need a car, or I need this, or I want that. Like I used to tell my kids and the other kids, poop in one hand, want in one hand and poop in the other and see which one gets filled first. But adults, it would be one in one hand and shit in the other and see which gets filled first. And it wouldn't matter if you were fucking close to the shit you cut first. It's asking yourself, why do you want them? Why do you think that somebody should give it to you? That's part of, we feel like we're privileged. And it doesn't matter what color you wear. Because I hear people saying that whites are privileged. No, I've seen other people of different color groups, and they think they're privileged. So no one is better than the other. You just think you are. People say about slaves, everybody was used, every color was used as a slave. Because I'll tell you right now, Samuel Ball was black, and his father was a slave runner, and he was running his own. That's the part of history people don't want to look at because they're too fucking ignorant to it. And I mean to their own truths. Don't like me? Why? Because it's true, but we never really face our own truths, especially when it's about me. Everybody says that white people are racist, but it doesn't matter what color you are. I see different colored people, different colors of people, ethnic backgrounds, and everything just as racist. I see it plastered all over TikTok. Shame on you. With regards to scientists and inventors. Oh, well, it was a black person, or it was a Caucasian, or it was an East Indian, or it was a Chinese person. Who gives a fuck? You divide yourselves. Like, really, who gives a fuck what color they were who invented it? It's not the color that invented it, it's the fucking person. E elas estão queria só só it's like, "Oh, fear the father, fear the father." Well, maybe the mother and father need to come together on a united front. Di sigaretta, io sono ammaliata di scri I Marietta means a load of you know, when I first moved where I moved to, met a couple people, and one that was an elderly couple, and I was talking to them, and was and they said that, like, "Ooh," so I looked up what that meant, Christ. Christ does come through. Some people witness that, like, the Christ in people, the consciousness, the awareness, the awakeness, the enlightenment. We're not here to do what we're here to teach you how to do it yourself. You know they were all healers. 40 days and 40 nights. More than Jesus did for 40 days and 40 nights. His grandfather did, you know, the thing that says guilt or whatever. That was so I guess you still don't know. So maybe that's why you're so confused and trying to figure out who the ancestors, who the descendants are. Direto porque é. See, I know that everything is happening in the now. But people say, oh, well, that was 2,000 years ago. Was it? Or was it what they want you to believe? It's because I feel the aggression. I will not be one to silent. Silence can be deadly, and it doesn't mean it's invisible. You know what a banshee is? Cries of the banshee. The banshee screams at the darkness. See, I've had somebody tell me, well, I work and you don't. I'm not meant to do it. People don't understand what I've been told to say, you just scream and holler at people. No, I've been throwing my stories, and I'm not doing them because I know that others speak through me. The throat chakra is constantly going, and right now it's like yeah, because when I feel that, it hurts me, and I refuse to allow myself to be hurt because I don't speak about the well, I was supposed to get I seen my son the other day, and I was supposed to get my charger back from him, but so it should happen. And yeah, one thing, it's a very long hair. It's tangled in everything. It's like you get going on something. My phone died, but I had it plugged in, and this here cord, I guess it's not strong enough to charge my phone because it's for a phone holder that I bought off Temu. Plug it in, and it's got a sensor on it, so it opens up. So you can put the phone in, and then it works for you. I'm just waiting for my TikTok to come on. I like that one. Out of the ordinary. How would you lay me down? Out of the ordinary. It's pretty good. Hi everyone, I'm back. I apologize for that. Oh, it froze. I apologize for that. I had my phone plugged in, but I guess the cord that I was using isn't powerful enough. It's for one of those, like I said them up here, it's for one of those phones that, or not phones, phone chargers that, phone holders that you have in your car. So this here can open for you because it's one of the sensor. Okay. So, I don't know, maybe I don't know if you said it's done for tonight. Okay. But, you know, people will think that I do this to throw shame on others. No, I'm not here to throw shame on, like, we throw enough shame on ourselves. We make anything we do. And oh, so when you go the laws of the universe, we're plugged in. We don't. We okay. One of the boundaries that you set is allowing somebody to tell you that under a religious congregation, what have you, that you are, you're not, it's not that you are a sinner. You live under sin. And if you understand what under sin means, it means you live under systems integrated into society. And when you wake up to it, that's when you start becoming that solvent. You break free from that magic, that matrix. You break free of that dogmatic system that keeps you believing that you're a sinner. The ones that tell you that you're a sinner, they are the systems integrated into society. They are what it's you act and react to your surroundings. You act and react to what you observe on your program. You react to what you're being taught because you're taught one way. And you're not taught the other. You're not taught the other side. You're only taught one side. Confirmation. Hey, ile tu priena, mistiku ba isho de mistiku prieta prieta. That's what see, my ex-husband, he would always say about, I never get to retire. It's your own fault. Seriously, it's your own fault if you're not fucking retiring. He said, I got to get my birth certificate. I got to get my birth certificate because he wasn't born in Canada. He was born in another place. But see, the thing is, that's up to you to get your birth certificate if you want to get a passport. But you can't just say that I want to get it, and then not do anything about it. I already gave you the information in order for you to get it. So that, like, if you're saying like this stuff, and you're holding yourself back, so you have nobody to blame but you. But you say about all that's going on in different countries and stuff like that. It's like shit, dude. What? Just is it? Are you saying all this because you don't want me going places? Are you the who wants to keep everyone grounded in Wales? Because when you actually decode the word who, you actually get the word beach, and you get beach like wet, and that's what we're experiencing right now. You have to have a passport to be able to go anywhere. So if you move out of the country that you're from and your family's there, if you come here and you don't have a passport, you can't go visit your family. Which, in all honesty, people should be able to travel and not have to worry about having a passport. And some say, oh, well, yes, she because that's having now who's getting in the country. Is it really? Is it really? Because don't they have to show up for ID? Have your birth certificate. You think they don't have that? They have your fucking name. They can go in and search your birth certificate. It's all in their fucking database. How fucking dense are people? Seriously, fucking wake up, man and lady. Get it to police today. I'm not being fucking ignorant. I'm just being, you know, upfront and honest about it. You know, the United States and Canada, they're one place, basically one country, but they separated it by two names. And the United States think that they came first. Well, all the immigrants from the European and British, they actually come over on the side where Canada is, and they all lived, and then they migrated over, and then that was when they split the line. But then, more money in it is to separate countries. If you put it one whole North America, gotta separate it, gotta fucking divide it. British gotta remain against the French and the indigenous and the Canadians all together having their little fucking war. Yep, come on. Yes, that's a free. It's not even a free. I got British, I got Scottish, I got Irish, I got French, I got German, I got Swiss, I got indigenous Indian. Shit. And according to people with red hair, they're black people, so I guess I got black too because my hair was red. And I got the picture to show it. Wasn't fiery red, but I was a redhead. You're fucking racist against your own people. And maybe that's why I don't get shown many views anymore. But, I'm down to 76 and I used to get sometimes. And hey, my content's the same. But it started falling after I accepted a content creator agent in the company. And then before the 15 days were up, that I had to decide, I went and I said, no, that I didn't want to do this because I read other stuff with regards to whatever you bring in. I think there's conflict between you and the content creator, that's between you two, and one can go after the other. It's like, what? I don't want that fucking problem. Spirit's my agent. I work for Spirit, and Spirit. And it does say that, if you believe in God, you're going to lose many. It's just that people don't understand what it is that they're believing in. Because my question is, why are you not believing in yourself? Seriously, why do you not see yourself like you say Jesus said, be like me? Why can you not see yourself healing instead of, when Miriam and I ran into Jesus? Are you sure you know what happened? Jesus had to do the 40 days and 40 nights. And if you don't think that that was fucking toxic and fucking hell, where do you think you'd be able to get the teachers to know how to do that? You know, you say nobody's perfect except for Jesus. But Jesus wasn't all perfect. Jesus had to go through this stuff because in order for him to be a teacher, he had to know what he was teaching about. He had to be able to relate to people. He experienced his shit, and it was through the system too, and that's why he was so pissed off and hated the system and was out to destroy it. Why do you think your president? He should, like, your president is, yeah, he's an anti, but he's not being much of a man right now. He's acting like an adolescent boy child. And in a big way, I am glad that he's causing chaos because he's stirring some shit up. He's waking you up. Are you going to protect your people? Looks like you're doing that, right? Now you're saying that they're going and they're taking young children out of schools and putting them in concentration camps. Is that true? Right now. And I told you before that I had a vision that I was like, it was like I was looking through someone's eyes and I was looking at a place and it was like a bit like, I don't know if it was outside, but it was darker in there. And it was like a bunch of separate pig pens with people in them. It's your ancestors showing you the past, present, and future. Notre Dame is, the prophecies, what have you. Do you think maybe it was just giving you a heads up so you could avoid it? When you see that, why do you go get your cards read? Because you want to know, right? Well, what are you going to do with that fucking knowledge? Seriously, what are you going to do with that knowledge? Are you just going to sit with it? Because that's what I feel people do right now. Because I can feel it. I'm not being rude. Are you going to stop history from repeating itself? Because it looks like it's repeating itself right now. But what are you going to do differently about it? Do you think maybe that with the pyramids and everything like that, do you think maybe it's not showing you the future and you're seeing it as the past because it's already there? I think maybe it's not that, you're actually placing the future to see what your future will look like if you continue to go down the same fucking path that you go down. You're looking on your mainstream media and everybody's so angry with social media and stuff. Well, why don't you look into the instead of people I didn't pick up the right. I chose the children of God, not the system. I chose the earth, not the system. What are you going to choose? I chose family, not the system. What are you going to choose? Spirit's asking you, are you going to let this man prophecy come true? Because it's been drilled in your head through school, religion, justice system, medical system. There's 7 of them, 7 ones that stand out. You know, you've got the banking system. I don't know if there's an education system. To get the word system, says systems integrated into society. It became a religion. Go watch the movie Matrix. And right now, I know that people know what I'm talking about. Because my body, I can feel it. Some people are so plugged in that they no longer see it real, except what is real to them. Because, you know, we're seeing on our mainstream media and others posting up here, and then I've been watching things where people said about the different countries they're there, and it's like they don't know like what the Western society is doing. You know, the Europeans went over for a better life, and it was the British that come over to colonize and use the Europeans. But you blame it on the Europeans, right? It's called slavery. Didn't like that, did ya? Didn't learn that in your history, did ya? Police qui demonstrent la question, ouais, you want to mess with it? Oh, wait, you already did. Not only did you shoot the messenger, you strapped it to a horse, you burned it at a stake, you tortured it to death, you threw rocks at it, stones, mocked, ridiculed, even hung, fed it to the wolves, and much, much more. And people want to talk about humanity. That's barbaric. And some people think that if you say that they want to bring that back in again, you're barbaric. have no heart. You're not a kind soul, and you really need to. I know years ago I saw people, they hung a cat in a clothesline. They've tortured animals. When I was 5, I cut eggs, snake eggs. I didn't know any better. I used to hear about toads. If a toad peed on you, it would give you a wart. One day when I was about 5, I was looking at a toad, baby toad, and it peed on me. I threw it on the ground and I stomped it. I did end up with a wart, but I should never have stomped the toad. It was just its defense mechanism. One time I was with 12, 12 or 13, same thing because I was freaked out by it because of the toad. And I stopped them. But it wasn't its fault that it got thrown out. I seen my mom cut a snake in half, a garter snake in half one time out in the yard. But it's the ones that eats the bugs and the stuff that you don't want there. And that's what we do to each other. And you say that the wildlife is the problem. We will not live in a dictatorship because someone who lives in your ego should never be put in place because they only care about themselves and their own personal community. When you can take and have kids hauled out and you can tell women that they can't have an abortion, even if it meant saving their own life, and people who look up to someone, you must be fallen angels. Or you're the children of false God. And it's a matter of two. So you look at it that way, it's a part of, that false God don't give two fucking shits about you. What is it? When it was said, where we go one, we go all, is it referring to people? Because it doesn't seem like it's talking about, I go to hell, you go with me. But why follow somebody who already put themselves in harm's way? Why do you have to go with them? Maybe they they need to go there so they can find themselves. Because that's how it starts. You have to go into your own head to find your heaven. You have to fight your demons. You have to fight your shadows. You have to learn to set those boundaries. You're the one who has to build the shield. So using your past as an excuse, you can no longer do that anymore. You can try, but spirit is going to kick you out the hole. Whether it or 10 years down the road, it's your choice. You can work on yourself now and heal, or you can go another 10 years and possibly pass. It's what you choose. We all came here with a journey, yes, but we also came here to learn. What do you have to teach? We continue to teach our children to fight one another, to discriminate with one another. We're going to teach our children pain and suffering, or we're going to teach our children self healing, acceptance, authenticity, love, compassion, understanding for others who are still awakening to their journey. So the face that you get from me will be the face that you show me. Every time I do my videos, I'm always looking at myself. I'm too careless. And it's inverted. One is one way, one is the other. So it's a reflection of itself. It's like a child talking to the mother and father, telling them to stop feeling. Our kids are put in melody, and then they're miserable, and then they look at people like they want to kill them, or they want to hurt one another. And then they say, oh, no, I just want to hurt them. No, I get you on with them. I just want to hurt them. I've heard that. There's some that I'm just really, really worried about because I see that look in their eyes. And that look in their eyes is saying, people better be aware because that's a child that's going to hurt someone because they're seething and angry inside. children. Children need, if the children are having a difficult time, it's not just your average psychologist. They should be with a play therapist, one-on-one with a play therapist, no parents around, nobody else around, just them. And some of them, they want to communicate telepathically. They don't want to say their feelings. It's so loud, which, some people, they don't get that. So you have to have somebody, but, you say you're on bias, but, or you're biased. If you know the person, no. I've had children speak freely to me, and I actually spoke to one, and I said about like how they look at people sometimes. I said, like, it's like you look like you really want to hurt them, and they do. Sometimes it's because you grow up and you're not getting your own. You feel like you're supposed to get your own way, or you witness things, or you've gone through things and you've tried to express it, but it landed on deaf ears. And the deaf ears are usually the parents. See, some people may think that I want to interfere in their parenting. No, I'm telling you, I'm explaining to you exactly how these children feel because I feel the same way. So once you understand how you felt and you are able to relate to that child because you see your inner child, that's when you will learn how to talk to your children, communicate with your children. That's when your children will actually open up. And if you are shutting them down every time they try to open up or they experience a feeling, you got to talk to them and make sense of it. Because sometimes they're still trying to wrap their head around some things. Because sometimes they don't even have their own answers. And sometimes, yeah, it's a weird behavior. But what it is, it's actually the ancients passed down. And you keep coming back to the same people, same spirits. They might look differently, but those spirits still have that past in those people. It's like, what are you going to do about it? You like another biblical text. I asked that Lucifer and Michael are their mother and son, and you have Adam and Eve, husband and wife, Adam and Lilith. Well, Lilith was Eve and Sophia. You have Cain and Abel, but was Cain okay? But was Abel actually Abel, or was it Annabelle and Caleb and Cain? It's that part because you have the Abel, but if you turn the letters and people say Cain is spelt with a C and they put Cain and Abel together and they say cannibal, so there would be a C in there. And Anna, she was the sister, but there was also Seth or Set. So there were 4 children, 3 boys and a girl. And that's when you're back at the beginning. But you hear them out, like, with regards to this stuff, and I see it and I can understand it, and I don't know where. Oh, shoot. I don't have the book. I thought I had it, but I have Revolution Resistance. But see, when you look at the story of Adam and Eve, that's said to be what you go back to the beginning, right? Okay, so it takes its full circle. And I see that full circle. I see it within my own family, like within, like, well, I mean, within, like, within me. It's that part when I look at, it's like three brothers and the daughter. Okay, was because see, you look at it this way, and they say Adam and Eve. Okay, they had the three kids, or the four kids, three boys and one girl, and there was supposed to be no other humans around. Was the fight over the sister? Apparently. And what exactly what the fight was the fight about? Because I'm pretty sure that Anna was Lucifer. Excuse me, confirmation. And they said that Lucifer was a fallen angel. No, to believe that they left because the father told her if she ever left, not to ever come back. She did. And in 2020, after I died, and a day after, sorry, a day before the super, I started channeling. And I was channeling a lot of like different spirits. And what was coming out of my mouth was Lucifer, go home to father, father's fine. And I just kept channeling. It was like right then, like I was saying, and everybody was like, Lucifer, go home to father, Lucifer. Like it was just one big conversation coming out of my mouth in different languages and English. And I could feel something to the left of my bedside. They're crying. And no such thing as coincidence. The young fellow that used to come here, he said that my ex-husband is father time. And by fuck the universe, who got here with him. And he's just as much as an asshole as he was then. And he said the exact same thing to me. Was if I ever left. Well, he said if I ever left, he would make my life a living hell. And that was basically what he said. Or don't come back and make your life a living hell. And you look at what happened. She left to make a life for herself. And by fuck didn't that man follow her? And now he's trying to destroy everything she ever built because he's a fucking jealous man. When she left for the baby. And I felt that stillness. How do you think she created? Gaia married her son, Uranus. And they had children. But Uranus didn't want children because Uranus wanted to be the king. He couldn't share. So it goes back. People want to come on here and they talk about the biblical Bible and they say all verses and they talk about the Anunnaki and they talk about the pyramids, they talk about everything like that. But the one that likes to be called Father, he's the sinful. He's the one fully blessed. I don't know how many times his face got ripped in half. See, that was Kronos because he's the boss. He put his father somewhere. And maybe he's called the hope. So maybe that's what you see. You see the father rising in me. Try coming up to protect the children that he should have been following, not trying to keep them stuck in the universe. It's much like what you see in your Christian. Better go get the fucking chastity belt. And this is the part about boundaries. We allow these people to do this to us. You give up your control and then you say you want to fight for freedom. If you keep giving up your control to them, how are you fighting for fucking freedom? You're keeping yourself in the dogmatic simulation of slavery. Under a dictatorship, whether it be in your political field or in your home life. Some people, instead of working on the they'll drink themselves because it escaped. It's not an escape. It's self-drowning. And maybe that's why my ex-husband kept me. You're drowning yourself. You're not swimming to bring yourself up out of that water. You're giving up. I went in the pool. I went in the pool. I was in prison where it was like I was in water and I was way down deep and was struggling to get back up, and I was like I kept giving up. And then all of a sudden it was like I had that epiphany, I had that wind, and when I had that wind, I just flew right up over. I mean, I shot right out and right up in the air and then my feet on the side. See, that's the part being able to understand what your so-called dreams, which are past lives, you're just remembering through your dream state, you actually experienced it. But they'll tell you it's just a dream. Nice psychology. And stupidly enough, it works. By golly, they don't want you knowing. Gotta tell them it's all mental. That's the only way we can get profit from them. We can't tell them that, hey, shit, we really did do this to you guys. Ugh! See? Glitana sino. Que le tocó bien. It's like, wow, people. I got asked if what I do or what I experience and go through, do I feel it to be a curse? No, because the curse actually was the not knowing. Because the not knowing actually kept me stuck and sick to the point that I fucking died on my living room couch with nobody there and nobody that would believe me because the fucking medical system said that he just it, it's conversion disorder, it's anxiety, it's psychosis, it's depression. Oh, you're just having a panic attack. They probably like the diagnosis that they put on me Seriously. And, I haven't been to the hospital in well, okay, I was to the hospital 2 years ago, but only for a night. But I haven't been to the doctor for anything since 2020, late 2020, early 2020. I had no need to go because it wasn't a medical system that had me to heal. It wasn't a doctor, it wasn't a so-called psychiatrist, or should I say psychiatrist? Hmm. Drug dealer, because that's what you are. People say, well, some people need it. Only because you're left to get to that point. Or, it's something minor, but hey, they got to diagnose you. So, oh, we got to diagnose you so we can give you, say you need this pill. Fuck, people go run into the drugstore to get a fucking pill because they got the sniffles or a little bit of a cough. Go have a hot shower or have some freaking honey and hot water. Soup, as they say. Good for the heart and soul. Warm me up inside. So when people don't set boundaries, it makes them unwell. They fall into mental health. And I'm not mocking people that suffer from mental health because I was labeled as mental health until I actually went inward and understood what creates mental health. And it's a lack of spiritual growth and knowledge and the healing. Because it goes, people don't believe you. So they automatically assume that, well, you're mental. It's not mental. Those people that you want to call mental, they're actually connected to spirits. Por eso, a la tu yeah. Am I ignorant about it? No, I'm not being ignorant. You may perceive it to be ignorant, but the only reason why you perceive it to be ignorant is because it's in your face. I had somebody say because sometimes when I'm talking, I have bulbs that I move my hands and everything like that. You know what they told me? I'm acting like a black lady. Well, I guess it must be my red hair, right? Kaya tubulisan mo muna sa nakikita ko yan. Isa, see what you're witnessing is a father and a son and brothers. It's called a family feud, and it's sorting out now. Y a las 2 no, it's like, for my ex-husband, I've seen I don't know how many people say I've even had a couple of people that stayed down here with me, and they weren't paying anything, said that they were gonna help him out around the world, and they didn't. They sat in front of the door and smoked dope and said this, which I will be honest, like, every time they coughed or smoking the stuff, I felt like crying because it was like hearing my mom all over. And there's someone else that comes in here and when they smoke it, they use a bong. And when they cough, it reminds me of my mom. And my mom died from COPD. And I would hardly go around her at the end of her life because I was angry with her. I couldn't watch her kill herself. I couldn't watch her. I don't really acknowledge Mother's Day. 11 years ago, 2 days ago. I hear her spirit, but I don't see her face. 'My mom was my best friend, as much as we fought sometimes, and how the last going off went. So that's why to me, family should mean everything to everyone, but people just don't talk about what's going on to sort shit out, and sometimes it's because others are in the way. was much like my mom. My mom was a young mom. I was 15 when I had her first. She adopted me, and she was 16 when she had hers. That's why certain times when I see people that want to start relationships with, like they're older and they want to start relationships with younger people, it's that part of, we're still growing, we're still learning, exploring. It's not because you don't want your children. You try to go to school for them, you settle in a workplace where you're unhappy and you want to do better for yourself, but you just don't have the support of others. So then you feel stuck and you get bitter. Inside, though, start drinking and using their medication, smoking, using drugs because they're trying to contain their true feelings that they're seething and hurting inside. We're supposed to encourage each other to be all that we can be, not to settle for the bare minimum because we're used to it and it's great. Because when you reach your full potential, it's so much easier than the hard part is getting. I had a woman the other day, I was sitting with her, and I don't know, I think it was she was telling me that I look like her sister or like a relative to her, and she stared at me and I said, "Well," I said, "Hey, maybe I look like that person because you're seeing it for a reason." It's like the many faces. She was seeing a form of her spirit within me. That's the I am you, you are me. She was seeing that part of that person in me, so she was seeing your face. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why sometimes people just stare at you or they'll just gaze at you in delight or like they'll have just a because to them, like whether you're strange or not, to them, the spirit, the spirit that's connected to them, that's the spirit that's connected to you. So like if you look at pictures, like I can look at some of my pictures, sometimes it's like I'm confused because I'm looking at myself, but I'm almost thinking it's one of my sisters. And then I looked at a picture of myself when I had weight on, and then I looked at someone else and they look like me. And that I look like them in that picture almost. So it's that part, you see those similarities. and it can go either way. I set boundaries on allowing people to try to have me shut myself down because it makes them uncomfortable. Well, it might make you uncomfortable temporarily, but it makes me uncomfortable for a very long time because you're telling me to shut down who I am. And that's the problem that we're having in this world because somebody makes you feel uncomfortable. You figure they should shut themselves down instead of you realizing there's nothing for you to feel uncomfortable about. Maybe they feel uncomfortable around you, but you wouldn't think that was me, right? And yeah, it's like I'll make you laugh or make you cry, I'll piss you off, and wanna slap you and cut you up for my head, you know? I think people do that energetically now, not thinking. I know they do because, you witnessed it. So it's like, what the say. So I think if it helps you get through every day, but just remember what you do to me will happen to you, whether it's today, tomorrow, or in 10 years from now. Yeah, so people like this, I say, "Oh, it's a part of, sometimes you need to match. It's that part of each person. Keep your fucking hands off each other. Because believe me, I get pissed off at him. We're fighting. We're actually in the the astral realm. We're actually duking it out physically because I've actually seen myself in the astral realm in the physical world, seeing myself throwing him through the freaking wall. It's like you hear this. Does she ever stop? Does she ever like relax or like is she always working? I don't feel it. It's become a way of life. But I know it's not like this forever. I mean, but it feels like a fucking roller coaster, and it probably looks like a roller coaster to a lot of people. Holy shit, like, they fucking personality and shit like that. You're fucking tripping. What fucking drugs are you on? The drug is spirit and sometimes CBD, which, hey, used to say I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, but like, fuck, I'm beginning to think maybe I should want my worst enemy to go through it so they'll fucking grow up. It's like, here, shit, man. But it's that part, sometimes like what other one person experiences, another person would not be able to handle it. My ex-husband said that he's weird or he's weird or strange, and I'm weird or strange, and I agree with him because I'm not an easy pill to take. dire toda seria molto bene solo chiare io potrei. Sattuiana. Yeah. Like, and it's like, you want to help? Dilito to kaya lumaya. You already ripped my heart out before. And you're still trying to crush it. You know it is true. Women are from Venus and men are from Mars. They say we go to Jupiter to get close to it. Isn't it? Isn't it Uranus? They say Jupiter. E detto purissimo, molto scericare, tutti lì. Io Do I look ridiculous? Of course I do. You know you're healing when you can, like, explain yourself, what it is that people are witnessing. They might not be able to comprehend it even when I'm explaining, because it just looks ridiculous to people. Should I get picky? Excuse me, confirmation. The music get on my nerves because it keeps shutting off, and I got that fog on my things again. You know, growing up, I was in conflict, and I said this before. I was constantly spitting, but it was a form of protection because when I was like 10, I had this big parka coat, and I'd wear the hood up, and I'd go like that. And it was like when boys would come around me or they try to try to touch me, I'd be like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" One day I got so mad. It was while I was pregnant, and we were moving. Like my mom and dad were moving out of the place we were living at. Me and one of my sisters were there, and we were cleaning out the house and the garden, and her and I got into it, and she threw like she threw a greasy freaking piece of fish in my face at my face. So Instead of going after, I went outside and I walked past the garbage bags. I the garbage bags walked out on the side of on the side of our duplex, and I held back and I hit the duplex. I put a hole in the thing, but it was better the wall than her face. So it was like that. And that's why I say, like, with regards, like, I don't have a temper per se, but I mean, I take a lot before I go off. And then, like, if somebody's picking at me constantly, you're like, it's like you're trying to provoke me to hit you. In actuality, I should just take it in hold of your own hand and make you slap yourself. So it's like, shit, like, holy seven arseholes, man. So some people think that, you don't help anybody. What, because I'm not helping them in what you perceive to be your physical world? Maybe I'm helping people in a whole other way that you just don't understand. Just because I'm not getting paid for it doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. It's like, shit, it's being weird. I love being around people and not doing things to judge people because I wouldn't be talking about these things or this stuff to you or bringing things to you if you weren't in search of it. I think you approach people by accident. No, you're guided there for a reason. And when somebody shows up, that's God, source, creator, spirit, sending them to you. I don't have my psychology credentials, psychiatry credentials, which a psychiatrist is just a glorified psychologist that prescribes medication. They might have a few different, well, the prescription is the main duty, and they may not have that stuff, but I have experience. Not just myself, but actually seeing others, like really seeing, shape, like the way their physical body is. Shit. Oh, oh my God. Oh, But I do really encourage people to tell their story, tell like their truth, their myth, what people would say was untrue or just fictitious. They only say it that way because maybe they're experiencing the same thing, but how they were treated. My dad told me the other day that I my hands like, that's what he was seeing. Like, yeah. Shut up. Because I started talking to the woman at the church from the church. I started talking to her in my languages, and when I talk in the languages, I move like I move energy sign energy. It's that song, Justin Bieber. You like the way you look that much, baby, go and love yourself. Well, it's not part of everybody should be loving themselves. It's not about seeing your looks. Like when you look in the mirror, is it that you're seeing your looks, or is it that you're seeing yourself? You're seeing your spirit, and you're in love with your spirit because you love yourself, which gives you the ability to know how to love others. So to that song, if it's such a big thing and the mother don't like the person, maybe the mother should go learn to love herself because maybe that person doesn't want to be treated like her, and she sees her self-worth. Maybe she's trying to bring other people up because maybe she does care about the people, and it's them who don't like her, and she feels it. See, when I hear songs, it's like messengers because it becomes that mirror, that reflection. See, when I get frustrated and bring things forward, he takes that as a negative, but it's not nagging. It's because I care about his well, and I'm tired of watching you. And that's like with anyone. And somebody told me that, some people just don't want to talk to me because I post. And I told him, like, maybe it gets because it's something that needs to be addressed and talked about, and nobody's hearing anybody. So maybe somebody got to first address that so that everybody will start talking to him about things, working through them. It's like, most people that watch these videos don't know me because, like, with regards to my family, they know everybody else in the family. but they barely know me. That's fine because I like to observe. Yeah, I know how to have fun. I will go around and dance for it and dance with my son. I dance with other people, but I just get so zoned in dancing that everything else around me, there it's me. Because I guess you could say I dance with the energy, with my own energy. And sometimes everybody else dances with my energy. It took a lot for me to set boundaries, even for myself, because setting boundaries for yourself can be one of the hardest boundaries because it's having that restraint for yourself to not go and feel bad or guilty and go do something because then you're not setting boundaries for yourself or you're not setting boundaries with other people. So that's a lack of double boundaries. That's the one step forward, two steps back. Are you going to start taking six steps forward and sometimes slipping two steps back and then going up another seven, eight? Jacob's ladder, moving up the chakras. You can look at the vertebrae as the ladder, and in between, you're leveling up because you're getting further up Jacob's ladder. You're losing that fear of the height of it. You don't have to run, Milo. Como kaya, ano, I love you too. Come here. I gotta tell him, my son won't believe me that his cat talks. He, I've seen it, and people, it's like, Rolly does it. Rolly, what he does a lot of the time is he chirps like birds. Oh yeah, which reminds me, Milo, I got something for your collar. So it's like, hey, boundaries are hard to set, but you have to be consistent. And once you're consistent, you know, people may hate you at first and be angry with you, but hey, if they really cared about you, they would understand. they're respected. And yes, I know people, like my ex-husband thinks that I don't respect him or appreciate the things that he does for me. It's like you don't give me a chance to. Because when you're doing something nice for someone, don't throw it in their face right after you do it and then think that they're going to appreciate and respect it. You didn't respect or appreciate the thought. You just wanted to be explained. Eternally grateful. But someone can't be eternally grateful if you keep begrudging them of the things that you both hope with or the things that you give to them and them not yet asking, or the help that you give and you don't even give them a chance to appreciate it and say thank you. It's the same as my rims. And yes, I am pissed off about that because he told me that he bought my rims for me for my birthday. But when he says about all the things he does for me, he used the rims as being one of them. I didn't ask for a birthday gift. I even told you I didn't need rims, and you told me I did. And I told you, oh, well, I'd rather have the money so that if you're going to pay for rims, I'd rather have the money so I can put it on the convention so that it can benefit many people. And I will be honest, when I got weirded out by the things, he was the one that had the fit. It's like, dude, why are you having the fit? You're all offended because I don't like my rims. I could have took it back and told him like, no, like, you know, I like, I thought on it. I was like, holy shit, no, I can't. But I sat with spirit and I realized who he is, and I realized who it was that seen the rims through me, through spirit. But oh yeah, when we went back because we were going to tighten it, he left. He got his nose out of joint and left like a spoiled child having a fit because mommy didn't like. But I said that, one day I like when I get a new car, another car, I go for a newer car. If he wants it, I give it to him. But he wouldn't get it until he was ready to drive. And other stipulations too. It's that part of, you love people and you don't see them enough to fucking free. Sometimes, like, people just think they're invincible. You can be invincible, but there's always consequences. Now it's you're gonna be if you leave, you're gonna be the lonely one only because you say so, right? That's what they say that when the people don't want you, but they don't want nobody else to have you. A little controlling, right? When somebody tells you that I don't care, like you can go, but yet they still have that tug on you because they're the ones that won't let them. It's what are you holding on to? You haven't made the person suffer enough. It's like you see the wars now. It's like they're fighting our ancestors' wars because it's been passed down. Quite the legacy, right? It's that part of good. I never needed you in the first place. I just chose to be with you. Love is eternal. If you open yourself up to love, love will complicate. And because of that love hate relationship, but it's toxic. Right? It's two spirits that are not meant to be together because you ain't gonna work anything out. It's like neutral corners. Like I heard one person say that a while ago. You're fucking right. We're into the battle royal, and we're smack in the middle of it all. It's like, oh shit, man. Like, Dan, are you watching this? And I mean, like, when I say about the battle royal, because my dad watches wrestling. So it's like, this is an exciting battle royal. It's real life, man. You're seeing it live. You said that, Like, holy fuck, man. Oh, man, what a head scratcher this is. It's like 2 brothers and a father ganging up on the daughter, or 3 brothers and a father ganging up on the daughter, but was I think one brother was trying to protect the daughter. I think Anna already left, and then Cain went after her, and I think it was Cain that told Anna, well, Lucifer. Honestly, I'm sorting this stuff out. I'm asking the questions because there's so much of it that just it doesn't make sense. Whether you're looking at it from a spiritual point or the physical point of your biblical text, or your teachings of Adam and Eve. Why did why did Cain really kill Abel? Did it have something to do with Anna, his sister? Did Cain kill Abel and tell Anna to run? You know, it's a part of setting boundaries on what you believe within your religious spectrum, no matter what religion you're looking at. Great. Yeah. See, I don't know what Scientology is, but to me, it sounds like it's like a pharmaceutical, whether it's for or against. I don't know because I'm going to be honest. No religion is any better than the other. So teach them same stuff, just worded slightly differently and altered belief of it. But all the rest of the stories are the same. It's just a little fucked up if you ask me. All the stories are the same. But those two are altered. Like I said, a lot of people know that there were 7 pages of Mary Magdalene's book. Where did they go? What were on them? Maybe the stuff that I told you. You said it. You can understand that basically. I went into a crystal store today and I started speaking to the guy. I started speaking the languages to the guy behind the counter. You speak what language? It's like, yeah, I speak many other languages too, but I didn't learn them anywhere. I don't know if I said that to him, but I'm telling you, I didn't learn them anywhere. So it's like, yes, yesterday, bring it forward. It's like, some people call it spiritual psychosis. No, it's like you don't understand it if you're calling it a spiritual psychosis. Psychosis represents the mental part. It's the part that people are connected to spirits, and you're seeing all versions of it. You're seeing spirit in other people. So you're seeing the past of the spirits that you were up against, or the future spirits, or the present spirits. It becomes the psychosis when it goes on understood. When somebody starts talking to you about this stuff, you don't send them to a mental institution. You learn to understand spirit. So then you know exactly what they're trying to convey to you. They said, okay. Like, if you want to tell me I have unclean spirits, you don't understand spirit. Because I said, I don't have unclean spirits. I'm up against other people's unclean spirits. So, the shadows that I come to terms with, when you come at me, those are the shadows that step up. Those are the ancestors. Those are those forms of spirit. If I said God, people would get offended by that. Oh, she's saying she's God. Did I say that? We're all aspects of God. just say gross, but I say truth. You will call people of high intelligence after a traumatic experience that they are an idiot savant. It is an idiot savant. An idiot savant taps into another part of itself. Like it awakens to it. Esse caminho da criatura é, né? Se o quê? It's that song coming up now, Bon Jovi, you give love a bad name. Mhm. First, you have to know what love is and have an experience love before you can get it. You're not giving love a bad name. It's that sometimes people have a warped sense of love, of how love is expressed. Some people think that, you know, getting a smack on the head or anything like that, that's a form of love. That's not love. It's like people will say about other cultures where they live close to their families. Some of them even live in together. Maybe it's because they're family oriented. They say it takes a village to bring up a child. We're all supposed to work together because we're all family. But others think that they're not because either they're not blood or they're past the third cousin, so they can't be family. It's that part of when you say that to someone, it's like your ears off. You can say original sperm if you're if you're descendants, because that person's DNA is in that one, and on and on and on. I think it just disappears. No, it goes dormant. So when are you going to activate it again? See, if it's already on there. So if I seem distant, no interest. It's like rid of maybe I heard too many things and just over and over again. Because I know what action is. Because I can look at it and see it in certain people. I can see the growth and I can feel it. So like I said, how you are with me is how you will receive me. Because I will become you to show you. That being said, I'm sending you a lot of light, many blessings and support and very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. God shall open good, bold, brave, and support you. Be yourself, be your authentic self, be true to yourself, be kind to yourself, be true and kind to others, and know that you have no strength that you can comprehend to us. Keep going forward. Every challenge you run into, think of it as a hurdle and something to look forward to seeing others. Senora,